All right, Mr. Coleman. So, what would you say is a more true statement? Fathers are underrated or mothers are overrated?
What's the true statement?
What is more true? Is it truer that fathers are underrated or is it truer that mothers are overrated?
Yes. Hell yes.
Which one? Which is
I would say both.
one's got to outweigh the other though.
I could say, you know what I mean? I could say men is underrated. Fathers are underrated.
You think that's a truer statement?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it really is true. 'Cause, man, as much as fathers do, man, it's a lot of fathers that do the most unthinkable for their kids and for their loved ones.
I agree.
Nor do men complain about it, nor do men, you know what I mean? It's a lot of men who do, but it's more men who don't.
Right.
You know what I mean? We don't ask for too much or anything like that. You know what I mean? We pat our own self on the back.
Right.
So yeah, I guess it's really that is a true statement. I mean, that is a true fact.
I'm going to piggyback on that too because a lot of men do all of that and the children never know. Because when they're ousted from the home, what happens is they're still paying, they're still putting in all this money, they're still putting in these effort, these gifts or whatever it is, and the child never truly knows like the effort that the fathers give. With that, what would you say is your most difficult journey during your stint in fatherhood? You've been a father for a while. What's been your most difficult area?
Okay, let me go back. Okay, so, as for me, as for being a father, sometimes I even go broke.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I even, even if I have $20 in my name, and I have to spend what I need to spend on my kids for them to have whatever they need, you know what I mean, to me to only have probably the last $3 or something like that. Like I'll go to the extent for my kids and make sure, I'll give my kids mean everything to me as far as it's me, and sometimes I went sleepless. I went, just staying up all night, making sure my kids were good, making sure, just as much as mothers do, men do the things as well.
I agree.
And for a man, it's no book to how to raise a child. It's books to tell you how to raise a child, but there isn't a specific way how you should raise a child. Everyone has their own way. Everyone has their own beliefs. Everyone has their own thinking.
True.
But I would say that man, man, a lot of sweat and tears, and a lot of sleepless nights, and a lot of having to shut a lot of things down that you want to do. Do it, you have to
sacrifice.
It's a lot of things that you just, as well as women, men have to go through too. And women may not see it like, well, we the one gave the birth to the child, and we the one that had to push it out, and that's harder, and we the one that have pains. We totally understand that as well. We don't never knock that. You know what I mean? But just as well, it is tough on us just as well.
Right.
So it's maybe a tough in a different instance, I may have sleepless nights. I can't even, I want to make sure my kids have everything they need. I may go to the end of the world just to make sure they have that.
Right.
And if that count on me to be broke sometimes, to just barely eat a little bit, to make sure they eat a lot, to they can get full. I always get something to eat regardless, but just even different things, if I have to stay up all night to help them with different projects, even though I got to go to work the next day, or I got to be at this place the next day, it's a lot, it's a lot that we do as well, man.
Right.
So,
involved parenting. I appreciate your time and respect you as a loving father.
Yes, sir.
All right. Bang. Okay. What's a truer statement? That fathers are underrated or mothers are overrated?
Oh, truer statement?
Is that good?
Truer statement, guys, fathers is underrated.
Why do you think that is?
I'm going to just put it this way. Mother's Day, is celebrated like a motherfucker.
Right.
Father's Day though, just like a regular ass day. Just like, oh yeah,
Facts.
Father's Day. Here's a tie.
Facts.
Fuck y'all. The fuck? Yeah, Father's Day should be cherished like Mother's Day. No, don't get me started on this shit. You riled up on purpose.
They love you though.
That shit be pissing me off, man.
They love you though.
Yeah, because I speak the truth.
Hey, keep speaking it.
Yeah, I give it a raw deal though, but yeah, it's the father. We underrated like a motherfucker, especially the good fathers.
Right.
It's always like, oh, what about this? What about that? Like, really, fucking really? Y'all fucking deadbeat broads would have shit if it wasn't for government assistance. Y'all be more fucked and fucked up if it wasn't for child support and all that extra shit. But yeah, guys, yeah, we got the short end of the stick, but you gotta shut up and just take it.
Right.
And nah, not me. Not me, player. No kids. 34, no kids.
All right.
Don't stay like that.
You want to shout out?
Yeah.
You done?
I'm
All right, rant over. I'm ready. Are you ready?
It's cold, yes.
Okay, we'll make it quick. Are you on the phone? Do you need to?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
He's asleep.
Okay, cool. Okay, so what would you think, or what would you say is a truer statement? That fathers are underrated or mothers are overrated?
Huh? Wait, hold on.
What do you think is truer, that fathers are underrated or that mothers are overrated?
I feel like fathers are underrated.
Okay, why do you feel that way?
Because honestly, my dad, he's taught me so much. Like, I'm a daddy's girl.
Okay.
If I'm being honest. Like, they're very underrated. Like, they don't get shown enough love and appreciation for what they do. They put a lot of their stuff down to, like, hold the house down.
Right.
And be, like, the man of the house. Like, they're really there for you. They know a lot. Like, they learn from their mistakes the most. And they really want to put it on you to make sure that you're safe and you're protected at all costs. And same thing with mothers. Like, they do that too. But, like, I don't know, I just...
A little different?
Yeah. I mean, my mom, she does it in, like, a strict way, you know?
Right.
She does it to, like, where she doesn't want me to, like, make those mistakes ever. My dad, he's like, okay, you make those mistakes, you can learn from it, right? That's how
Right.
I grew up.
Right. So it sounds like you got a pretty tight relationship with him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I got a tight relationship with my whole family, but, like, we don't show it or talk about it.
Okay. So in society, what can we do, or is there something that can be done to give men more respect in that aspect as far as parenting, or will there just always be an inequality?
Honestly, it just depends on how the child sees it, because sometimes there's not an inequality. Sometimes the father is the stronger figure than the mother, because sometimes the mother's not even that reliable when it comes to emotions.
Sure.
Like, you never know. My mom, she's always been, like, I guess, distant with her emotions, because my dad, he doesn't show emotions at all.
Okay.
So she doesn't know how to react to emotions either, because she's learned not to.
Sure.
So then, when it comes to my dad, he understands emotions, but he doesn't react to them. Like,
Understand.
he doesn't shut them out like my mom, you know?
Right.
So I guess it's, in the sense, they're like different types of reactions when it comes to their kids.
Very cool. Okay, I know it's cold. I'll get you out of here. You want to say goodbye to Dad or hi to Dad?
Hi, Dad.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, don't be acting shy now. No.
Oh, this guy again.
Hey, don't worry about me. Hey. Yeah, cut it off. Oh, yeah? Close up?
Okay, sir. So what do you think is a truer statement? That fathers are underrated or mothers are overrated?
Fathers are underrated.
Think that's a truer statement?
Yeah. Because women get everything. Like, women get everything. They get the love. The kids get the love. The father doesn't really get anything. They expect the dads just to do everything and just not say anything about it.
Right.
And there's more suicide rates, higher suicide rates for fathers than there are women, like throughout the board. And then, they get all the slack. The woman could be the worst person in the world, and then the dad could be doing everything, and they still have to pay for all of it.
Right.
And everything like that. So
Right.
it's like, so it sucks. So it's like, but there's like cases that's like that. But yeah, no, like women definitely, they definitely get the better end of the stick on like everything.
How do we change the perception for fathers?
That would never happen.
Never?
No, it never happened.
Is that just in our society? Because in other cultures, men seem to be more revered as heads of household. So is that just here in a Western society?
Yeah, it's
sort
because
of.
ever since women got the whole mindset of equality and going through and everything like that, they lost their way of knowing the role they play in like the way of life and everything like that. Because women and men are not supposed to be equal. If you want equality and do all that, then you're not a woman. You're kind of a female in a sense. Because then you're not spending time, you're not nurturing the kids, you're not doing what you need to do. Now you're trying to take on all these roles and do all that.
Right.
At the same time, you're bashing the person that ended up giving you life.
Right.
So,
Right.
That, like, in a way, it's wrong. So it's like, it's, yeah, because other, like in other civilizations, like, not civilizations, communities, right? I guess
Cultures.
It's cultures.
Yeah, civilizations.
Yeah, I'm like thinking like, it's one of those C words.
Yeah.
But yeah, but like when you get it, like it's over there, yeah, like the man runs the households and everything like that. But like also, it's not the man isn't running a household, it's a unit. Like everybody's playing their role and where it needs to go to. And then like, so how the talks are here for getting onto it, it's like, it's not even, that shouldn't even be a question, like, of it. It should just be natural, like, okay, like, all right,
Right.
you bear kids, all right, you make the food, make sure the house is clean, this. I go to work and just do all the fucking shit that you don't have to fucking worry about throughout the day. And after that, we come home and then we figure out, we talk about our days, do all that stuff, and then we figure out where to go next for the next step going from there. Because then you can update me on, like, okay, the kids need this or the household needs this. Like, okay, cool. You put that in your budget, put that in your plan, take care of it, get it going. But then now, when you have a single woman doing that, now she's like, oh, I gotta do all this, I gotta do all that, I gotta do all that. Now you gotta take a look at why are you there in the first place? What are you internally like showing to that and everything like that? Yeah, in a lot of cases, it's a man's fault that doesn't want to take care of the kids and everything like that, and that's like a big thing. But like at the end of the day, it's not that big to where like there's that many single moms. Like it's kind of outrageous now.
Right.
That you can't even be in a dating pool and meet somebody. Like if you find somebody that's a single mom, that doesn't have a kid,
Well,
that's like finding Willy Wonka's golden ticket.
it's rare, but then we question it because it's like, what's wrong with you? You know what I mean? Like after a certain age,
No, that's the right question though.
right?
That's the right question to ask. Like, yeah, what's wrong with you? Like, why? Like,
Yeah.
why?
Is that a fair question to ask?
If you go back, this like thing because I was born in the '90s and everything like that, and that's when like the single parent thing like really like took off. Was after
Yes.
like the crack epidemic and everything like that. And it's not because you can't say culturally because like yeah, black culture says that too, but it's really like what was it, regional for certain regions, and like in heavy like crime infested and drug infested areas. That's where it's like really crucial. But now it's like everywhere.
It's
Everybody.
right.
Like
It's widely accepted.
Yep. Because like my wife wise, like yeah, she doesn't have no kids or anything like that. 25, and I'm like, oh man, I'm like yeah, she's on the other side of 25 where it's like it could be good, it could be bad,
Right.
everything like that.
Right.
But hey, she doesn't have a kid, I can deal with it.
Right. Right.
Because like with it, that's just another headache, and like it's yeah.
Yeah, because somebody else's children are a liability more than an asset.
Yeah. Yeah, because then with that, now they're relying on you to come in, step in, and do that, be the father figure, which is cool for you to do that though. But at the same time though, like it's not our job to do that.
Yeah.
But then we get the bad rep of it because it's like, oh no, you're supposed to be a man.
Right.
You're supposed to be a
Right.
father, this. You come in here and do all this, and it's like, whoa, wait, hold on. Like I didn't choose to do this. But now you got the whole deal of like single dads. They're not single dads. Like dads are trying to see their kids and women like taking hold of them and everything like that, but then still slandering their name throughout the community and everything, all social media and everything like that. That's even worse. So it's like, yeah.
So we get back to that. We won't get to that level of respect. So, if I may, in like your own personal instance, what was it like with your father to have the idea that you have as far as answering the question? How does that play in with like your past, if you don't
My
mind
dad
sharing?
didn't even come in to the picture until I was 18.
Okay.
Like, I lived in an orphanage for 2
okay.
years, and then I got forced there. My mom was like, "What? Like, oh, he's not gonna like that." She's like, "I don't care if he's not gonna like it. You're going." Went there, and like it was cool, but like I was 18 years old. Like, you know what I mean? Like, my mom already taught me like everything pretty much that I need to know to survive in the world and everything
Sure,
like that.
sure.
And when I met him, like, I guess he tried being a father, but like there's stuff that like you need to know from a father than rather than from a mom,
Absolutely.
a woman and everything
Absolutely.
like that. But like he didn't know how to be a father, so I didn't know that.
Okay.
So right now I'm literally just winging it, bro. I'm just
Okay.
winging it. Like I'm winging it. Like I'm watching like videos, learning from Samuels, rest in peace.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
talking to just every other man that's like around and be like, hey, like how'd you do this when this situation came up? How did that happen? To getting that advice to go there. Because like you gotta take that next step of realizing like, okay, like if you're gonna think about getting serious in life and getting out of your childish ways and like end up taking on another life to take care of for the rest of your life, you gotta like be able to figure out how to navigate through those. And like, yeah, some people are smart and have it like that, but some are just, we're just making it up as we go. Or some are just trying to do what they were doing before with their mom, but just gonna end up in divorce
Right.
or worse,
Right.
and everything like that. And then, yeah, you're all out of luck. Yeah, so yeah, to answer your question, no, like I didn't have that father figure growing up. So I guess that's it.
Are you still in touch with your father?
Oh no, my father died back in 2020.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, so it's like it's fucking. I'm smiling about it though, but I smile when I get nervous.
Right.
But like, yeah, no, he died fucking back in 2020, and that was like it was weird. I was living in Utah when it happened, and I didn't even know like what even was going on. Like, I wasn't in contact with him for like most of that year. And I get a phone call. It's like, oh yeah, your dad's dying. I'm like, what?
So you had
What do you
about
mean? Like
10 years of knowing him?
yeah,
A little bit,
Yeah.
little bit more.
yeah. So like yeah, he died fucking 32. That was like 28, 29. Yeah, 28, 29.
So did you hear anything from your father? Because I've always been of the mindset, and I pass the philosophy on to especially men, that you need to hear it from your father if he wasn't in the picture. Did you get anything from him, meeting him, that changed your perception of what you may or may not have known about him growing up?
No, no. Because like we didn't talk about him.
Okay.
Like we didn't talk about him.
So there was just no expectations when you met him?
No, not at all. My mom was super respectful on that. She didn't talk about like
Good for her.
It's like that, or because all of us had different dads in my family, and yeah, they're all dead. It's kind of crazy. My
Wow.
mom outlived all of them. It's kind of it's kind of nuts saying it out loud. I'm like, dang, she really did. And she almost died back in 2006, but yeah, no, like she was very keen on that. Yeah, no, because like when I met him, it was my own assumptions. I'm like, oh, you're like one of those black men that can't do anything.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Mm.
Where it's like, oh, your car's messed up, or you need to change your brakes, or you need to do your tires and everything like that, or change the tire out. You got to call somebody to do it. It's easy stuff.
Right.
Easy stuff. Like even like medical stuff and everything like that. Because like my mom, yeah, because with her but see on that coin of mothers and fathers, like when you get certain moms, but I think moms like that aren't made anymore. Because like how my mom is, she was like on it, like for everything.
Right.
So I know how to navigate through so much stuff in life, solely because of her. Because like she's done like a lot, like all of it. Like my brothers, because I'm 11 years younger than all my siblings.
Okay.
So they call her Superwoman. Because
Mhm.
I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, yeah, she was a cop, she was an escort, she was a fucking package handler or a server.
She did
a
it
process
all.
server.
She did it all.
Yeah, I said she was a cop too. Yeah, she did that. Like, yeah, she's a gymnast. She's a sculptor. I'm like, what? Like, what happened to her? Like, you came along. I'm
Right.
like, oh, all right. He's like, yeah, you came along. All that ceased. I'm like, man, I want the fun stuff. But he still had fun though.
That's
but, yeah,
cool.
But yeah, that was like, yeah, but that was like the only, yeah, that was like the only thing. That was like it's, yeah, no, because he didn't know how to do anything. I had to teach him stuff, which is like weird. Really weird.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I've taken up 10 minutes of your time, but you
Oh,
were
thank you. Yeah.
amazing in sharing. I appreciate it. So, any shout outs?
Nope, no shout outs.
No shout outs?
Nope, just
All right.
gonna eat again as usual.
I'll let you get to
All right,
lunch.
I'll see ya.
Thank you, sir. Okay, so I'm going to play a bit of devil's advocate in this mother-father debate. And because everybody else had said that they see fathers being underrated more true, I'm going to take the lane that mothers are overrated. Now, I think just like with everybody else, we're not talking about absolutes. And so we can pick at, certain areas of these demographics we're selecting through our own experiences. So I'm going to go in on that. So women have every ability to create life and keep life and birth life. Men really after conception lose all leverage for that. And that's fine because it's a my body, my choice. You have the right to terminate, right to keep, all of those things. But we're going to keep them in that context because this still is part of motherhood. So a lot of women are birthing children into homes and positions that they are in life that are not conducive to raising children in a healthy environment. So that's the first place that I'm going to go. And so therefore I think that their status sometimes is overrated. Now let's take a look at some of the stats that we hear about. As of 2000, 70% of girls as teenagers giving birth were products of single mother homes. Girls raised without fathers in the home are more likely to be promiscuous at a young age. As of 2004, 72% of juvenile offenders and 60% of rapists come from single parent homes. Mothers, to be specific. One of the strongest predictors whether a person will end up in prison is that of were they raised in a single mother household. And I get it. Where were the fathers? A lot of people are asking. Well, 80% of divorces are initiated by women. Therefore, through that process, men are often expelled from not only the home, but the children's lives through tactics like parental alienation, which basically concocts a campaign in court to keep the man further away from his children. Now, does that mean that all men that are getting divorced and put out of homes and out of reach of their children are innocent? No, absolutely not. But let's just say half of the percentage are just through women who are no longer happy in their marriages, things of that sort. That means that there's at least 40% of men who are just simply not able to see their children and who are willing participants. And let's not forget the critical stat that we covered in other videos that 30% of men who have taken DNA paternity tests have been proven not to be the fathers who thought that they were. I mean, this is bad. 70% of dropouts and teen suicides come from single mother homes. That's as of 1997. As of 2008, 70% of juveniles, runaways, and child murderers are from single mother homes. But let's switch it up. Instead of saying single mothers, let's say fatherless. 63% of all youth suicides, fatherless. 70% of all teen pregnancies, fatherless. 71% of adolescent chemical and drug abusers, fatherless. 80% of all prison inmates, fatherless. 90% of all homeless and runaway children, fatherless. Back to single mother homes. Children are 5 times more likely to commit suicide, 9 times more likely to drop out of school, 10 times more likely to abuse chemical substances, 14 times more likely to commit rape, 20 times more likely to end up in prison, and 32 times more likely to run away from home. As of 2008, 85% of homeless families are with single mothers in charge. 90% of single mother homes are welfare recipients as of 2008. In 1970, there were 3 million single mothers or single mother homes. And in 2003, there were 10 million single mother homes. And I could go on. And again, I know people are saying, but what about the men? Where were the men? How many men actually knew that they had a child on the way to begin with? How many men were told that the child wasn't theirs? And maybe I'm making a case that the fathers being underrated is the actual truer statement. But the reason I'm going with the overrated is because we celebrate the gender of mother, the role of mother, but not all women who have a womb and have birthed are true mothers in the sense that we know them to be. And these stats prove that. We can't celebrate people who are willing to say, I'm going to just continue to bring life into the world and not have a feasible means in which to care for a child or the emotional and psychological stability to do so. And sure, my body, my choice. But what about the body of the child who's born into these circumstances? Often through a drug addicted parent, mother, who doesn't have a fighting chance because of somebody else's choice who made a choice for them. And I agree, there are a lot of men out there who are not doing right by their children and the families that they've created. But once the riffraff like those people are out of the picture, it's still on the remaining parent, in this case the mothers, to do right by their children. But what are your thoughts? Are fathers underrated or are mothers overrated? And I think with the statistics that I've given, you can make a case for both. I actually do side with fathers, but I wanted to play devil's advocate on this one to show not that mothers are in a bad light, but sometimes the decisions aren't always well thought out. So let's talk about it. Ace up the sleeve, advice, comment, experience. Leave it in the thread. Would love to hear what you guys have to think. And this is just a conversation, so let's keep it civil. Let's not get too out of line, to get too crazy, because we all have our experiences as to why we feel how we do about it and the conclusions that we've come to. And the other thing that we want to realize and remember is this is not firing a missile at these demographics in totality. We're all taking parts of our experiences and knowing that, okay, this is kind of what I've dealt with, whether it's the one end or the other. And so therefore, we're just really speaking to our experiences. So let's keep that in mind as well. But would love to hear what you guys have to say about it. And I hope this finds everybody in a place, pursuit, or beginnings of total health, mind, body, and soul. Don't forget to hit the like, and especially in cases like this, if you want to hit that dislike, I won't be mad at you. And feel free to subscribe and always share the content with others who you think might enjoy it as well. All right, guys, we'll see you soon. Peace, love, unity, solidarity.